everybody. Welcome back to the Tipsy Ghost. We are your tipsy hosts, Sarah, and Lindsay.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey, do you like our outfits?
That was a rhetorical question. The answer is yes.
I was like, who are you asking? Yes, I do.
It's a general question.
This is a podcast. People listen to our voices.
They do, but if you don't already know, you can see us now on Spotify on our videos. You should really go check it out because we've got some great costumes going on because it is spooky season.
Spooky season.
Spideos.
What?
Spideos.
Oh, spooky videos?
It is spooky season. And also, if you're listening to this, we are flying away.
Lindsay is. She's a witch.
We are going on our 5-year anniversary trip.
Friendiversary.
Yes.
5-year friendiversary trip.
We're going to one of the spookiest places ever, aside from Salem. We've already been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Old news.
Obviously, the next place in the United States that we had to go to is
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Boydston's going to Arkansas.
I was going to go ahead.
I've already been.
We are going to New Orleans.
Yes, we are. That's what the lead up was going to be too.
I had to ruin it.
You know, we wanted to go somewhere in October, and we were like, where is somewhere spooky besides Salem in the U.S.? New Orleans.
Yeah. So we'll report back once we're back and tell you.
Once we fly back.
I guess we should probably explain these costumes too because we haven't done that.
Yes.
Boydston, please tell everybody what you're wearing.
I am a peasant. Together, Lindsay and I are Willow.
Lindsay did not want to participate in the costume portion of this evening.
She
Don't you feel bad now?
No, I wore a Hocus Pocus t-shirt. I wore a spooky shirt.
I'm sorry. Look at her.
And so I got told that I had to wear the green cloak from Willow. Sarah,
Hello.
What are you?
I am Lavender Haze, okay? I'm the embodiment of Lavender Haze. My outfit is a failed attempt to try to look cool.
I beg to differ.
Don't think it's failed. I think you look very cool.
This is a success.
You might be hot.
Thank you. Confirmed. This jacket is not breathable whatsoever, and it is giving Muppet quite a bit. But I had to wear it sometime because I just didn't ever return it.
I was like, can you not return it if you don't like it?
You know, I don't think it ever came with a tag on it. And I threw away the bags a long time ago. So anyways, it didn't return it. Here it is now. And it's going great with my mermaid dress.
It looks beautiful.
She is Lavender Haze.
Thank you.
This is what I wore to my recorder recital.
It was beautiful. We just wanted to get into spooky season and into
Spooky season.
Get ready. Yep. We don't normally dress like this if you are just now checking out our Spotify.
Yeah. Speaking of spooky, have you guys heard of Edison dolls?
No.
No.
So you know Edison, right?
Thomas.
Tommy E.
Tommy Ed.
Yes. Light bulb.
Ted.
Electricity.
Oh. Yeah, T-Ed.
Yeah, it turns out one of his
Ted.
other inventions are dolls. We're dolls.
Oh, well, that sounds like a failed one compared to electricity.
I mean, I feel like dolls were already invented.
These
Question
are
mark?
special dolls.
Do they light up?
Can I finish?
I wanted to guess.
Don't ask
Okay.
questions.
No, they don't light up. What kind of a doll would light up?
Well, he invented the light bulb. So it only
He
makes sense.
He put the light bulb in the doll.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
and she's got a little light bulb next to her, and whenever she's got an idea, ding,
Or it goes inside of her head, right?
and
her
her
head
eyes
lights up.
glow.
Listen, I think I had Cabbage Patch dolls that lit up. Their heads lit up.
Oh no, those glow doll, like
Yes.
glowworm things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ted invented those.
Thanks, Ted. Yeah, in 1877, he also came up with these special Edison dolls, and they were released in 1890, but they were quickly taken off shelves because turns out they are terrifying.
Ooh, I can't wait to see.
It's a 22-inch doll. She looks creepy now, like for our day, but I feel like she would have been beautiful for the late 1800s.
Nothing I love more than a creepy doll. I love
Wow.
creepy dolls.
And the thing is that she had a small record player inside of her.
Oh,
That
okay.
would
So she
play-
played music?
Yeah, it was a lady's voice recorded singing lullabies.
No, that's creepy.
That's adorable.
But the manufacturing wasn't quite there, and the voice often messed up.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So this is her.
She got a little crazy with the blush
That is some hair.
when she put on her makeup.
But
I want to hear the voice. I can't wait.
Like, who do you think it's going to sound?
Right, so it's going to be Ring Around the Rosie, and it's going to be like,
Oh,
Ring around.
nailed it.
That's terrifying.
It doesn't sound like a song at all. It sounds like she's screaming.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
and
No.
it's like garbled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Hickory Dickory Dock.
Absolutely not.
It sounds like 90-year-old grandma who has dementia.
These were the original. What are those bears that you record your voice and you put them in?
Build-A-Bear?
Oh,
It's the original Build-A-Bear. I
So
mean,
That is my new favorite thing.
he had an idea.
He
he
had lots of
he had
ideas.
a light bulb idea.
Not everything needs in your brain needs to be put into creation.
That is true.
I'm impressed that they were able to get the record players that small.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea behind it all is pretty cool because we did end up doing that.
Yeah,
We put
Build-A-Bears.
voices into stuffed animals into dolls. He was ahead of the curve.
Okay, so tell me it's Halloween season. Tell me some symbols of Halloween.
What?
Witches,
Mm-hmm.
ghosts,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Did you say Italian season?
Halloween season. Some symbols of Halloween.
I don't know that we can be friends anymore.
That's why I wasn't jumping in the conversation. I did not know how we got to witches. I'm so sorry.
What is Italian season?
I don't know. That's why I was roll the footage back.
Jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkins.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Give me another shot.
You jump in. I gave ideas.
Give me an Italian season.
Oregano.
Parsley.
Basil.
Yes, that's all I know.
Okay, instead of Italian seasonings, how about Halloween symbol?
Cat. Black cats.
Okay, yeah.
Good one.
Zombies.
Okay, think of
Monsters.
Scooby-Doo. What flies out in the intro?
Bats.
The answer is bats. Okay, Halloween equals bats.
Okay, Halloween equals all of those things.
Frickin' bats.
Halloween is for everything.
It's specifically for bats. Also, this year is an election year, which means the government. And so we're thinking government bats, right? And then we think about the government and bats and maybe bat bombs.
I don't know what bat bombs are.
Well, I want to tell you.
Okay.
It's called Project X-Ray.
Conspiracy theory.
That is true.
It was America's secret plan to drop bat bombs on Japan during World War II.
Whoa.
That was a stretch from Halloween. I am there. Let's go.
No, I'm there.
Thank you.
I went on a journey from Italian seasoning to bats.
From
World
oregano
War II.
to World
Somehow
War
you
II.
arrived to where I was before Lindsay did.
I'm catching up. Continue.
Okay, Halloween bats,
World War
election
II.
year, government.
Okay, got it. Bat bombs.
Now we're talking about bat bombs,
World War
and
II.
it's not a conspiracy. It actually happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conspiracies that actually happened.
Many Americans were angry after Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor
Yeah,
Naturally,
we were
yeah.
pissed.
in 1941. This included a Pennsylvania dentist named Doc Adams, who just happened to have recently returned from a trip to Carlsbad Caverns National Park in New Mexico, which is home to many bats. Remembering how impressed he was with the bats, he came up with a plan to get revenge on Japan. The plan was to attach bats with a timed firebomb and then drop them over Japanese cities. And the theory was that the bats would rest under the eaves of the buildings and then they would explode. And this would cause...
He's gonna kill the bat.
Oh, yeah. We don't really get into
Suicide
the
bats.
ethics, but this is a big old ethical problem.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bats being kamikazes.
But if you remember certain pieces of World War II, ethics,
Yeah. It's
what is that?
not high on the priority list.
So-
Nobody knows.
The exploding bats would cause widespread fires, as most Japanese buildings at the time were made of wood, bamboo, and or paper.
I mean, the logic is there.
So all these tiny explosions simultaneously in a 40-mile radius for every bomb drop would be detrimental.
Yeah.
So Adams believed that bats were, quote, the lowest form of animal life. And that, quote, reasons for its creation have remained unexplained.
You know, I'm with Doc on this one. I'm not sure I would explode them
So he's got big plans for the war. He wants to exact his revenge.
on bats.
And he's like,
Japan.
let me just get bats out of the way while I'm at it.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
They're stupid.
Luckily, he had an acquaintance in the White House, which gave him an in to get his idea to the right person. So he just wrote his friend, Eleanor Roosevelt.
Ah, yes.
Eleanor was his friend. Yes,
Eleanor.
That's adorable.
She thought the idea wasn't half bad and brought it to President Roosevelt,
Goody.
who then took the idea to his aides, close officials, military personnel, and scientists.
Wow. He had friends in high places.
Yeah.
Truly.
Just got to know the first lady.
Yeah. I mean, you can very easily move your idea up the ladder if you know who the first lady is.
Perfect. Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
The project was delegated to the Air Force, and Adams was brought on and asked to assemble a team. Step 1 was to find which type of bat would be best suited for the task, so the team traveled all over the United States, visiting thousands of caves.
Vampire bats.
Okay, what bat would you choose?
Like a type of bat?
Yeah.
I only know fruit bats.
Okay, fruit bats versus vampire bats.
Well, fruit bats are big, but they're supposedly friendly. I feel like vampires sound like assholes. So
might as well blow them up.
yeah, blow those up.
Yeah, so they settled on not the largest or the strongest bat, but the most abundant bat in North America, which was the Mexican free-tailed bat.
I don't know that one.
They
Sorry.
don't want to make like a bat extinct or endangered. So they're like, there's a lot of these. We can afford to lose some.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is awful. Sorry.
Somehow, I guess for the sake of the nation, they got permission from the National Park Service and captured thousands of these bats.
I'm sorry.
Did they
National
get
Parks.
permission? Did they?
What is the NPS doing here?
No.
That's where all the bats are.
In
Here's
what world would they ever allow this?
Here's what happened. They told them they were going to come get the bats.
Yeah.
They don't get permission.
The president was like, look, we're going to take these bats and you
These bats are ours.
Yeah.
better be okay with it.
You have approved it. Thank
Yes.
you.
Step 2, design a bomb small enough for the bat to carry.
Okay, so that's where my brain has been this whole time.
Yeah. So it needed to be no more than their own body weight.
Do they strap it to the bat?
I will tell you.
Thank you.
It's like a little backpack, but it's a bat pack.
Bat pack, bat pack.
Bat pack, bat pack.
I'm the backpack loaded up with bombs and explosions.
Wow.
Anywhere you leave me, I might explode.
Just for you.
This got dark. If we turn Dora the Explorer into weapons of mass destruction.
We 100% did. Welcome to the podcast. This is not out of the ordinary.
That is true.
This happens all the time.
Usually to Dora, somehow.
We have.
It's just so catchy.
I know.
It is.
Okay, so no more than its body weight, which is not much. They're teeny tiny little bats.
Oh, these are like small bats?
Small bats.
Okay.
So this didn't leave much room for explosive devices.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was a Harvard chemist named Louis Pfizer who had just invented the napalm, which is a highly flammable gel-like liquid that burned uncontrollably once ignited.
Louis Pfizer, we haven't heard of him. Like, that's the Pfizer, like
Probably.
the COVID vaccine, right?
I'm sure.
No.
You don't think?
Feiser.
Oh.
Oh, I was.
Just spell it out.
No, it was.
Just sound it out.
You don't even want to know how I spelled it because my brain is not catching up with me. Okay, you're right. It's a different Pfizer.
Pheye.
No,
C-A-R.
I spelled Louis wrong.
How did you... Clark?
No, like, I know how to spell it in my brain. My thumbs are not listening to my brain.
Oh.
It was like Loyuis. You were right. We were wrong. I'm sorry. I got ahead of you.
Thank you. So a capsule was developed which housed the napalm and a time delay fuse, which was then attached to the bats with adhesive.
Sounds reliable.
Adhesive, like
Tape.
Glue.
Tape, glue.
It gets better. The task was figuring out how to deploy the bats from an aircraft.
And how do you train the bats too?
You don't.
You don't. All I have to do is fly to an eave.
Yeah, but what
And
if
then
they
they
go
explode.
to the wrong place?
Well,
I don't think they care.
you had to. So we'll get into that. Knowing that the cooler temperatures sent bats into hibernation,
Yeah.
a 5-foot casing was developed that would house cooled trays inside, kind of like ice cube trays that each bat kind of sat inside the tray.
Okay.
So instead of ice cubes, it's bats.
Ice bats.
Ice bats.
Aw.
So they just have their own little cubicle. Oh, cubicle.
That's where that came from.
Oh my God.
Yes. Each of these held over 1,000 bats.
a
Each
lot of
little
bats.
5-foot ice cube tray bat bomb held over 1,000 bats.
So many bats.
So the bomb carriers would then be equipped with a parachute designed to deploy at around 1,000 feet above the ground, when the side of the carrier would then fall off and the bats would be released.
Okay.
Hopefully, the bats would wake up in time to fly to eaves.
I was going to say, I'm trying to follow like the logic of all of this.
Gonna drop a frozen bat and hope for the best.
wants it to thaw out, wake up, go sit under a house roof, and then explode in 30 minutes.
But what if they went and found a cave and just exploded a cave?
Well, that's just the risk you had to take.
I was going to say, there's a lot of error.
That's why they dropped so many of them.
Okay.
So as soon as they exited the ice cube carrier, the fuse would be activated with a 30-minute timer. So they had 30 minutes to get to where they were going to be before they just blew up. The plan was to drop them at dawn, a time when bats like to sleep. So it was strategic in their timing so that they would want to go find a place to night-night. And the bats would want to immediately find somewhere to sleep. And then hopefully that place was on or near a building.
Wow.
And then explosion and fire. So this sounds somewhat plausible. Terrible, but somewhat plausible. But testing proved to be difficult. One issue was waking the bats up from hibernation in time. And many of them, during testing, died by hitting the ground while they were still asleep.
Oh, they were too frozen. Like literally frozen.
They're just sleeping. Night-night. But like night-night.
Eternal sleep.
They hit the ground and it's eternal sleep.
Yes.
I mean, they were going to eternally sleep no matter what.
Yeah.
True. There was another incident where an airbase in New Mexico was burnt down because of accidental bat release, where the bats roosted under a fuel tank.
Oops.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't control where they are going.
No, you can't. Senior officials grew frustrated with the time it was taking and the $2 million it had taken this far, which was over $30 million today.
$2 million?
Yeah, for all this testing and like figuring it out.
Just because one doctor was like, hey, you know what? Bats are stupid. Let's blow them up.
You got an idea.
So the project was then given to the Marines and relabeled as Project X-Ray. So after some more testing and tweaking, there were several successful drops at fake test sites in Utah. Hopefully no one was around.
We'll never know.
I'm just blown away that this ever got greenlit.
Ooh, blown away.
Ooh, didn't even think about that one.
Mm-hmm. So it was finally working and was considered an effective weapon by the government. And it was ready to go into production until the development of the atomic bomb.
Yeah, I was wondering where the atomic bomb came into play.
Oppenheimer came in.
Project X-Ray was traded in for the Manhattan Project.
Sure.
And we all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how we almost used bats to bomb Japan.
So this was something that was tested, but we never actually did.
No.
That's why I've
something
never
else
heard of
came
it.
up.
I was like, I've never heard of this.
Something bigger and worse.
Yes.
Yeah, much more destruction and more widespread.
The government is fascinating and not always in a great way. Just the things that you find out. This falls into the history. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the history? What the history?
What the history?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks, government.
I don't even know what to think of all of this.
I didn't either, so I wanted it to share.
I quite enjoyed the story.
Cute.
And I don't love bats, but I also don't condone blowing them up.
No, those innocent bats. First of all, they were taken from their sanctuary in a protected park.
Yeah.
And then just dropped or exploded.
That's what I can't understand that happening in today's day and age where like the National Park Services would be like, yeah, take these bats and kill them.
Oh, PETA would never.
No, PETA would never let that go.
They wouldn't, but also the government gives zero fucks.
No, I know the government doesn't care, but like animals are so protected. I feel like nowadays there's a lot more regulations in place.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe, nowadays we're like, hey, we probably shouldn't take animals and blow them up to try to bomb cities.
Yeah. I have quite enjoyed learning about the different projects during World War II.
Yes. Especially when they're as outlandish as this.
I know. It is truly shocking.
Mm-hmm. That people thought, oh, yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The first lady, hey, president, husband.
Not a bad idea.
Hey, president, husband.
Listen to this. My dear friend, Doc
Adams.
Hickory Doc. He wrote to me and he has this wonderful plan.
And he hates bats.
Yes.
Can add that to the list of things that I know now from World War II.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in this week to our Smorgasbord episode. You can always find us at thetipsyghost.com with our socials linked from there, or send us an email at thetipsyghost@gmail.com.
Please give us a 5-star rating and a great review anywhere you listen to podcasts. We really appreciate it, and it really does help.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll catch you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.